Second. Alchemist. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Как ты видишь SG-esport? Быть и хуже. Да. Здесь, да, более-менее неплохо. И
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are live here in Kiev, getting ready for the first ever appearance of a Brazilian team at a Valve Major event. Kevin, the last time that we saw a South American team compete at a Valve Major, I believe, was the Frankfurt Major in 2015, when Team Unknown actually upset Newbie in a BO1 in the lower bracket. They ended up getting knocked out after that, but the miracle? Do you think it's possible here?
Absolutely. It's a very historic match as well. That was the first time that I've seen, at least, Alchemist with an armlet, which eventually became the absolute standard trend. And we're going to see it this game as well, actually. So that was the last pick.
Vamos! It's time. SG-esport taking on Secret. We hop into the game now. It's certainly a battle of David and Goliath going in, with Secret on, I believe it's a 19-game win streak. On the flip side, you have SG-esport, who only managed to take one game and ultimately not the series in their group stage, went 0-3. So truly will be, I mean, not just any test. Already it's going to be a big challenge for them. First major event on a huge stage like this, with the size and scope of an audience that only a major can bring. And, well, thoughts on the draft here as we start to hop into the game? I know we saw the Juggernaut pick, and then they kind of doubled down with the Disruptor on a hero that Jug really seems set up to counter well. Yeah,
that's a good point. But I do kind of like what SG can do. If they do get some advantage, they can easily run down Secret and keep Secret where they want them to be. So if it's the flip side, if Secret's running at SG, they're not going to have the best time getting away from them, I think.
Yeah, so Secret already looking for that early jungle incursion as they smoke, and they are going to find Cat in the woods, trying to sneak away the Disruptor, but in quite a bit of danger here. The snowball revs up, and actually they're going to head towards Adriano instead. They catch him out initially, throws out the axes, does not have the Berserker's Rage yet. He's going to get caught, and he will be quickly brought down. Secret finding that early first blood with the double Ion Shell shenanigans, and undoubtedly not the last time we're going to see it this game. This is, on the flip side, a Secret lineup that also wants to be chasing you and running you down.
Yeah, and most likely they'll just start dual offlane. Tusk plus Darkseer is really scary for that reason, just because of Snowball. So Puppy ends up getting the bounty. That's one way to secure it, right? Get your core of First Blood, and then he'll let you get the bounty rune.
Yeah. So thoughts on the lanes here, as we are going to see KheZu coming in early. They're running the Disruptor down bottom, but Secret are going to run the dual lane. Do you see much kill potential for this tri-lane?
I think they absolutely can get kills, but the problem is they might need level 2 now that they skipped Glimpse. So they just need a Glimpse ideally back into a Torrent, or a Torrent into a Glimpse afterwards. Yeah, they can definitely kill these guys. It's just they have to get the right circumstances, and it can't be Secret going in on them with 2 heroes with Ion Shells.
And they need their levels as well, which could be a bit harder to come by in a tri-lane scenario. So KNRD, he did play a support clock in the group stage, and I thought it might be a support clock here again, but actually we'll find the Torrent connection onto KheZu, tries for the TP out. There's the snowball from Puppy. We'll get him back to safety, so good patience by him. Escapes, gets back to the well, and Puppy's still here to soak up that experience, so SG-esport. Close, but no cigar.
And off on the other side of the map, it's a Clockwork in the solo offlane position. He's doing a great job draining MP's mana, but he's not getting the most levels just yet. And it definitely is difficult to avoid getting zoned by a Warlock damage-wise.
Yeah, that is the beautiful thing about the Warlock pick this game, is pretty much no matter who went to the offlane, unless they went full aggro, they were going to be pressured very heavily.
Elk is slightly losing mid, 10-4 on the Ember Spirit, 8-0 for the Elk, so he's probably semi-content with this at the moment. Just went for Brown Boots, fast Iron Talon, so slightly different build, but this will let him jungle a lot more rapidly than a poor man's Shield would.
Puppy getting aggressive here on KheZu, and he does have the Orb of Venom. With KheZu coming in, might be able to find a kill here.
He did just use Snowball, so we won't see any more gap kills after that, but as soon as KheZu gets close enough and puts out an Orb or Iron Shell, I think it's going to work.
He's got a DD rune. That just looks like a kill. I don't really think there's too much Disruptor can do here with the Point and Thunder Strike at level 1.
Said mouse is not stopped working, which I'm going to assume is meant to be the mouse has stopped working.
Guys, by the way, my mouse is still functional. Just wanted to pause and make sure you're all aware. Well, we'll see if he gets it sorted out, but a likely death here, it looks like, for KheZu. No TP, no real help in sight. So obviously the lane's not going particularly well for SG-esport to start things off. I guess the question is, what is sort of their long-term game plan with the draft here, as we will be unpausing momentarily, Kevin? And how do you see the lineups matching up later on in the game?
I think SG basically needs to take their 4 heroes, the ones that don't need a ton of farm, and they need to roll around fighting a lot. Maybe Troll will spend a lot of time hitting jungle creeps, but Clockwork, Kunkka, and Disruptor certainly are going to be the pace setters this game, with occasional appearances by Troll, and maybe even sometimes Alk. He's going to get killed in the mid lane, though.
Mid one, he really pushed it to the limit there. Almost went down, but even fighting in the acid spray, able to secure the kill. So did the math correctly as see Tavo up top, just duking out a little bit with Pylai Die, trying to eke out what farm he can, but HFN now going to go back to the jungle. KheZu also getting a little stacking going, it looks like. So a fairly passive laning stage here for SG-esport, not really showing many signs of early rotations, which when you see a Clock, a Kunkka early, you think like maybe these guys will be going for those early roaming ganks, but doesn't seem like the rest of the lineup is going to allow them to do that, especially not with this start.
This is maybe a time to do it though. KheZu could end up headed mid. 1x marks his spot and a Torrent follow-up and Acid Spray on top of that. They could right-click a lot of damage on Ember, but maybe poor man's Shield would stop too much. It'd probably take 3 heroes, I'm guessing.
And Puppy kind of anticipating that gank already, just tucked in the trees right behind mid one, ready to reinforce should they actually go for that type of dive. So while it might look like a kill for SG-esport, could well result in just giving something up as mid one dives deep in the mid lane. How appropriate. Now the Torrent coming out from KheZu, but with the Flame Guard active, mid one shrugs it off, and Puppy revealing his position will force them back, but SG-esport just getting crushed so far as we see 20 and 6 for mid one already in the mid lane, off to an extremely hot start and applying a lot of pressure on the south.
Yeah, the Alchemists, they basically needed the Ember to be under tower with X marks the spot. It's pretty much the only way they get that kill, so just laid the perfect limits here.
Tavo being pressured. We'll see Puppy moving towards him as the bounty runes do spawn, but uses the cogs to protect it and secures that rune, so getting that much needed bit of gold. Simultaneously, KheZu also taking to the jungle, so both offlaners playing a little more passively, trying to avoid those ganks and under some duress, but not dying, and obviously Darkseer going to have the much better time if it comes to a passive offlane with his ability to turbo farm.
And Clockwork is in no way going to kill MP, but maybe he could get lucky and grab Pylai Die here. Catapult does get spotted. He's got boots and a Windlay, so he's really fast actually, like 85 movement speed faster than the Warlock. That's a kill opportunity if he can get close.
That always hurts as an offlaner.
Yeah, trying to last hit with spells and missing it.
That catapult really wanted it, but will be denied. So the good news here is Adriano, though. He already is at 29 CS, having a pretty good time of it bottom, and does give them that push potential that could maybe free up the map for the rest of the team to catch up.
And Disruptor's getting pretty good levels as well. The faster 6 is really the important thing. Level 2 Glimpse would also help a lot, really help grab the Darkseer kill if needed. And Troll certainly has the damage for that if he can get enough right clicks on. So Disruptor just got to get those kills.
Here comes mid one, already level 6. He's out for blood, and he might find a tasty Alchemist takedown. Already dropping the ward, so Secret not just going for this kill, Kevin, but also setting up for the economic stranglehold after the kill. As HFN going to reveal his position, they snowball on forward, they commit onto him, catching him with the chains, even throwing out the shards, and Secret at a dance of fire and ice will melt the Alk down to smithereens. Puppey getting glimpsed back, but no real follow-up to this. They're not even going to be able to get the kill on the support, let alone mid one.
Or even the Sigil didn't even get last-hitted there. That's a little tough for them. Alk does TP back in. It's just a very smart gank. Like they saw that Alk was kind of losing his lane, his HP was a little bit low, and in most cases, Alk just sprints right to the jungle in those cases. But he's still sitting there. He spots it out with the tree break, but that's the benefit of Tusk.
SG-esport quickly finding themselves in a deep hole here. Already down 2,000 gold. Experience still fairly even, but when you're running the Alk and the lanes are going this poorly as far as farm goes, you'll need some catch-up time, something Secret seems loath to give them. As they already have the level 2 Ion Shell, level 3 not that far off, and you got to imagine once KheZu gets like to level 6 or 7 that they'll be looking for those Ember ganks, maybe with even the Juggernaut joining in.
Yeah, it's one of the scariest things to combo with an Ember Spear. It's kind of thinking like Mag, except you just kind of stand there and people die, so like doubles, triples, almost the value of Flame Guard. And look what mid one can do right now. He's just pressuring the support Kunkka. This is really bad for King RD.
But he's going to ball forward, dodging away from the Torrent. He does go under tower, though. Remnant back again, but pays with his life. Definitely not worth. Though he gets the kill, is applying the pressure. HFN ends the dominating streak, and with that also getting some much needed free farm, but simultaneously in the bottom lane. Secret continuing to apply the pressure here. Cat gets the glimpse back, then the 2-hero Torrent comes in. King RD back and looking to party. KheZu, can he make it out of here? Adriano just looking for that bash. One more auto attack is going to find the kill. Then the X back. SG-esport not done with Secret just yet, but meanwhile the Sigil is causing problems for Adriano. Has to be careful. Torrent coming out again. Puppey's going to dodge it. Mid one already back. Wants to rejoin the fight. Low as well is Cat. Have to be careful not to feed mid one too much. He is going to get the Adriano kill, and now Secret fishing for a bit more. Rocket coming in, just marking the tombstone of his fallen comrade, but no sign of a rotation yet from that Clock, who is still not yet level 6.
I mean, she's got some spunk so far. They're trying to take it to Secret, win the little engagements. I mean, first match they played in the group stage did take out OG, which was extremely surprising. They could always just do that again, right? Just same thing. Just win your trades, win your game. It's that simple, something like that.
It really does feel like the type of game where they have to be willing to take those risks, though. If you let Secret get their core items and then just run at you with the Ion Shell on the Ember Spirit, he's just going to rack up kills. Their catch is a little bit limited here, Kevin. Until they get the Disruptor ult, there's not a whole lot of tools to shut this Ember
I kind
down.
of feel like it's the same thing on Secret, though. I mean, Ember Spirit can gap close, Searing Chains is very effective, but past that, it's basically just Tusk's abilities, and most times he's going to burn those cooldowns at the start of the fight. So I do think that they can weave in and out of fights pretty well. It's just they can't lose their heroes right at the start of the fight. And I'm looking at Kunkka and Disruptor when I say that.
Here comes MP as mid one lunges into the fray. He finds the 2-hero chains. The follow-up is there. Puppey on the hunt, finds the kill. Double snowball connection as they quickly cave in. 2 of SG-esports heroes at the tier 1. They did bring in the Jug for that fight as well, so
it was a great rotation.
Aggressive rotations by Secret, and quite early at that.
Yeah, it loses him a little bit of farm, but this tower's going to take way more damage as a result. They lose the clarity, though, so that means no healing ward, unless he pops the magic sticker. He'll commit it, but that means no more spells after that, so very likely will be some tower damage, but not everything.
Rocket Flare coming in, just trying to slow down the push. It is the level 1 Rocket Flare, so going for the extra points in Battery Assault, more focused on potential hero kills as he heads towards the mid game.
And he's got level 6 now, so he'll head there, looking for a kill setup probably on mid 1. He's got 1 Remnant, and if they've got Disruptor here with Glimpse, this could be a kill if he can land the hook shot.
Bavo looking for it. There is no dire vision of this rotation, but at the same time the Clock also might, the absence of his hero top might be a giveaway as KheZu pushes out that lane. You can see there's an Observer ward in the area. Now Tavo, I believe, might have poked his way into ward vision. Now is revealed, so yeah. Not able to find a kill just yet.
A little surprised he actually just killed a large camp instead of trying to attempt to kill in other lanes. I mean, I guess going for Ember Spirit's very dangerous. It's very easy to mess up the kill, but I thought maybe with Glimpse they'd be able to get it. But I guess without Disruptor ulti as well, it's bringing the death back to you sometimes. You got to be really careful that you don't overestimate your kill ability.
And most of their damage is magic at this point, with Alchemist not being farmed at all, does not have the armlet yet, and obviously Troll unlikely to be ganking as he continues to farm the bottom lane. So might not be able to burst through that Flame Guard very quickly. Speaking of the Ember Spirit, mid one already, BOT's complete, only 10 minutes in.
He's matching an Alchemist in farm. Actually, he's winning. That's a dangerous sign. And instantly smokes again after showing for quite a while in the mid lane. He's going to spot the Troll Warlord. Smoke's broken.
Adriano in trouble here. Remnant forward. Mid one's going to catch him initially. Pretty tanky target to take down. They're going to drop the rock for this. Adriano running back to the tower as quick as he can. They don't have the Kunkka boat yet, and Puppey's going to roll in, interrupts any sort of counterplay. Also setting up for the follow-up kill as Pylai Dai caves his skull in, bashing him down with the golem, and now quickly they transition into the tower push, while simultaneously mid one tries to hold the mid lane. He gets the remnant off, so though Cat will glimpse him back, he stays and holds it, ensuring that they will take a tower. They will not even give up damage, and oh, by the way, MP also taking the tier 1 top during this time, so Secret, the full Nelson quickly being applied as they immediately start to choke out SG-esport.
This is insane. Mid one's skill usage is actually incredible. He never loses any efficiency. Always grabbing 2 heroes and Searing Chains if they're available. Perfect Fire Remnant usage as well to guarantee get kills, to even dodge the axe spin. I mean, this is like, is he not the highest MMR player in the world right now? He's 9.5k, I believe. It's insane. He's playing so well.
As he continues to apply the pressure here. Hook shot from Tavo, not going to connect. He gets glimpsed back into the Static Storm, but just remnants out, zippity-doo-dah, and away he goes. He even wants to chase. SG have committed a lot with that Static Storm down. That is the majority of their team fight. There's no Kunkka boat yet. HFN might pay the piper for this. Eats the Omni Slash, does have the armlet available, but not even going to get it off as he ends up dropping quickly. Secret on the punish and taking team fights without the rock. Just showing how confident they are in their position this game. But yeah, back to your point about mid one. I remember when he really started to take off, the one thing Winter mentioned about him is that he's a bit of a hothead, at least when he was starting out. So extremely talented, sometimes would lose his cool, but he's kind of grown into a much more like disciplined mid player we've seen. Still not afraid to go for those big plays, but he's tempered that aggression and is taking smarter fights. And we can see just continues to combo with Puppey here. Looking for follow-up kills now, diving Cat into the base. Secret looking for the quick and decisive GG. Punishment continues for SG-esport. They get battered inside their own base. In comes the Yauk. He tries to turn the fight. Have Secret gone a bit too far? No, it seems they stand their ground. Mid one gets another kill. He wants to come back in. The cogs are there though, and Tavo is cleaning up. They'll find 2. Somewhat equalizing, but still not dealing with this Ember.
Oh, man. And just as you talk about patience, Secret does some really aggressive moves underneath the tier 3s.
But mid one didn't die.
That's true, and Puppey's going to go down as well here. Finally, the X marks the spot, paying off big time. Kunkka getting 6 from that one. And the net worths are looking a lot better now after that little bit of skirmishing. It looked like Secret was about to just open the game up and close it out at 13 minutes. But
maybe a little handicap gifted here to SG-esport.
Yeah, like, well, we need to get some more fantasy points for our fans, so we'll play a little throwy here.
A little throwy, but mid one just constantly applying that pressure. Not afraid of really getting picked off. The Static Storm is up now. It's level 3 Glimpse, so he's got to be cautious about the Disruptor.
Yeah, that's certainly the part he has to worry about the most. Especially if there's enough damage to back it up, like Clockwork, for example, in melee range. Using Battery Assault under Static Storm, that could certainly be a kill.
So where do you go now if you're SG-esport? They are going to smoke, so it looks like they want to find some kills.
If you're losing, the best thing to do is get kills off. And if you have your teamfight ultimates, go for the high net worth guys.
They are going to find mid one right as he ganks Adriano. Can they turn the fight? The boat gets revealed. In comes the snowball. Static Storm's there, locking that Ember Spirit in position. They're going to kill off mid one. That's a mega kill streak down, but do they have the follow-up? Out comes the Walrus Punch. Now they engage. Good Golem deployed by Pylai Dai as they look to turn the tides. KheZu also there with the wall, forcing them back, rolling them over. They still get the advantage as far as kills go, but getting that Ember kill, a pretty juicy takedown that SG-esport should have some consolation about. And in fact, the gold overall swinging their way over the last minute or two.
Yeah, the comeback gold really paying off there. And all that gold did go to Troll Warlord as well. He was the one that was able to secure the kill. I don't think Iyasha is going to make a massive difference here in his ability to teamfight well, but it will accelerate his farm at least and get him around escape ganks, things like that.
It seems like for Secret, the game plan is really let's get these towers down and just starve the Alchemist out as much as possible. We saw the aggressive wards earlier. The tier 1 mid has fallen, tier 1 top down. And they're just kind of taking over the Radiant side of the map, Kevin. No signs of letting up.
Their wards are really good for that, too. Basically controls everything near the secret shop, which is a common place for Alk to sit around and hang out. Very protected from the shrines and things like that, whereas the rest of his jungle is a little harder for him to get into. Not as much ward vision, stuff like that. So. And
on the flip side, like, look at the SG-esport vision. They are playing truly in the dark here. They see almost nothing. Aside from that one observer ward down near the bottom rune, but they blew their scan earlier, actually missing Secret or a bit closer. It shows you how claustrophobic the game feels for them right now. You'll see another smoke, 3 heading towards top, and perhaps the tower is the objective. As Adriano revealing himself potentially in the lane. Seems like they want to push. Yeah,
they killed the ward as well. Dire's going to scan to see if they end up rotating back towards their area. Maybe to see if they're grouping in to go into Roche. Another thought, but their whole goal is to dive a tower and get a kill. But the problem is that Secret's just not going to be there. They're winning so badly. You don't sit around defending by your tier 1s. You play in the enemy jungle, in the enemy area of the map. That way you can continue to get kills with your superior gold advantage.
So HFN at last does pick up his relic. Should still be like a sub 20-minute Radiance. Potentially in the next 2 minutes should have it with this tower dropping as long as he doesn't get ganked.
And sub 20 is obviously very slow for how Alchemist should be. That's usually like the 13-minute-ish Radiance timing.
Uh-oh, they get the tower, but at what cost? Glimpse will be there, but mid one able to drop the Remnant. He comes right back into the fight again, just negating Cat's presence. Though as I say that, he gets caught in the cogs. He may have overplayed his hand. Static Storm coming through. They catch him again. They take mid one down. Crucial kill for SG-esport, looking for more. Puppey getting caught out, now caged, and will be finished. MP forced to retreat. SG-esport battling back against what looked like an almost unstoppable Secret juggernaut. They have stabilized.
Yeah, it seemed like a very weird fight for Secret. Even Puppey held the snowball for forever. Finally going in, did get the disable off, but they're definitely playing a little overly aggressive considering their position. I mean, they're ahead, but hey, that's more and more gold that SG can take back and possibly take a win out of this. It's an Alchemist as well. If they have some good team fights and they start pumping out some Mag Scepters, the game could change so fast.
So if you're Secret, obviously not happy with those last couple of engagements and not so happy with the last 5 to 8 minutes, do you slow the game down a little bit now?
Yeah, absolutely. Just play a little safe, continue with your map control, but the important thing is to get a kill and then take Roshan. They just got an Omni Slash kill on the Troll Warlord. This would be pretty perfect timing, really. But they need everybody alive, and ideally something like a medallion. They actually do have one on Puppey, and I think Jug, with the help of a couple other heroes, can definitely take it. But they may play a little safer and continue trying to pressure with Shadow Blade right now.
Let's see what the move is. We'll see mid one, top lane, about to eat the Alk stun. They have Tavo set up from the rear. Maybe could go for this hook shot play. He is going to jump in, but doesn't hit mid one. The catapult not cooperating. Didn't actually have the follow-up nearby. Yeah. I was figuring Cat would be in the neighborhood with a Static Storm, but he was off towards mid.
Yeah, without him. Maybe he was considering teleporting or something, but obviously miscommunication there for Tavo to waste his skill.
It's a pretty low cooldown, I suppose.
Yeah, it's relatively low, and it definitely gets Ember Spirit to leave the lane. That part helps, but gotta use those for crucial moments, because now for sure Ember Spirit doesn't have to worry about that for 50 seconds. He's gonna continue pushing out the bot lane, probably the safest place on the map for Secret, practically.
And again, it's SG-esport, the area on the map where they've had the most success this top side, but there is a ward now. No smoke. They already chewed through 2, probably running low at this point. I do want to point out, Kevin, slightly unusual pickup for mid one, but I think it makes sense this game. He is going to be going for the Yule Scepter as his next item.
Yeah, probably to help protect against X-Torn. Disruptor going to go down. Doesn't even get him inside the silence for forever. So that's a tough loss.
That's going to open things up, and it might not be where they end. Tavo going for the TP out here. So too is KNRD in the trees. The Remnant through a bit late. Mid one will immolate those, but can't find the hero. So they dodge a bullet, only losing the Disruptor. Secret, though, in pretty good position here near the Roshan pit. Not sure if they go for it yet, but they got to be thinking about it.
It's a decent farm comparison, but again, we're looking at Alchemist, the guy that gets tons of extra gold every time he gets the last hit. So it's going to come down to good skill usage for them to keep getting back and further into the game. The kills are the most important thing by far. And the usages of the ultimates, like how Disruptor has been and Clockwork has been, at least the last one that he missed, You can't throw those away willy-nilly. You need to coordinate them together, put the heroes together, get a kill, and continue doing that so it creates space for your team. But right now, it's basically just Alchemist sapping up whatever gold happens to be on the map, maybe some leftover going to troll, and everyone else is standing around. So you've got to go for those kills in these moments, otherwise you're going to get behind.
Oh, MP, he was trying to be cute with the Blade Fury in the way, but he is going to get caught, maybe punished. Static Storm drop, back into the cogs he goes, but the wall is there, the bow coming through, crashes and connects, but doesn't find the kill. He stays alive, he omnis and decapitates. Now Adriano to fall, that's 3 down, Secret. Very poised there. It looked like an opening, but in fact, it was a trap.
Yeah, Juggernaut's really, really hard to kill right now. Able to keep him alive. I wouldn't be surprised if they used Shadow Ward or something like that.
I think he had the healing ward for the second half of that barrage of spells as well.
Yeah, definitely towards the end. I mean, it basically took everything they had just to get him down to low HP. It was full Disruptor ulti, but he ran out, so they had to glimpse him back. And then he was about to run out again, so they X'd him back in. And then the boat hits him, but he's still alive.
And in fact was healing up through it all. As HFN's going to get caught out here by Puppey. He tries to stay alive with the armlet active. Won't matter. Mid one burns him down again. And, well, you mentioned Alk trying to carve just whatever farm he can out of this very limited map, but again gets punished off on his own and without any towers to really reinforce. He just doesn't have a whole lot of options.
And it's just so easy for Secret to run at him in moments like that. You spot him once, you start chasing him down using BOTs, and you know that your team can't back him up, or his team can't back him up. No ghost ship, no hook shots, no static storm. Just lets him make perfect decisions when chasing.
Mid one duel's complete, so now a lot less afraid of that disruptor, and as you mentioned, the Punka as well can get away with those aggressive plays. And speaking of which, KheZu also picking up a pipe, so another big item against a pretty magic damage heavy team. They rely a lot on the Radiance here, the Static Storm, the boat, obviously a big source of magic damage, and this pipe, combine that with the healing ward, gonna negate the vast majority of it.
Yeah, I really like it as an item choice, especially when it's already difficult to kill like Juggernaut.
Oh,
so.
Cat, he's in deep, and the chains are there. Mid one, catching him out, goes for the glimpse back, and will actually survive for now, but well, feeds himself to the creeps. Mid one still happy to collect the kill, and with it, the gold as well.
They need so much help stabilizing right now because they're kind of trying to create space, get heroes in the right spot to go for kills, but Secret's just playing this so well. There's actually amazing ward vision for SG right now. This is certainly their moment to actually get some of these kills, but Disruptor's ulti is an absolutely crucial aspect of that. And them even going for X combo initiations is so tough. Tusk can snowball himself or others to buy them 3 seconds. Gank comes on bottom again on Alchemist.
Looking for HFN, revving up the stun. Mid one is going to get clipped by it, but just continues to move forward with the Maelstrom. Does match the toggle. HFN staying alive for now dropping the acid spray. Another toggle. Can he turn it? Almost brings up mid one. He will, but Pi is there with the save. If he got another toggle off, things kind of got a dicey.
Did he turn his arm? I thought he was going to live there.
I'm not sure if he turned it off or if he just burned down with maybe the Shadow Ward on him, but
I think he might have toggled it. He did have Shadow Ward on him, I remember that. Either way, pretty good kill, but unfortunately he didn't get the experience. He goes down first, meaning that he doesn't get almost everything that MP does.
Snowball now is, speaking of good vision, Cat, one swing! Jug!
God.
Oh man, that's ugly. This is not family-friendly television.
And that's after the Silver Edge nerf too. That's basically Shadow Blade level damages. Gets a little lucky on the crit, but the pressure is just so difficult to deal. Troll with a Manta style at least can deal better with the Ember Spirit. They do grab the Jug, but it's not fast enough.
Adriano, not lucky, but they also are lacking here on the detection as MP gonna chase forward, looking for the pickoff. They cage in KNRD. Adriano wants to gaze, but actually Tombo springs the trap of his own. Great vacuum, but still the torrent coming through. They're trapped for now in the cogs. The cogs will end, and then the rock gets deployed. Spinning again is Adriano, and balling in is mid one, just crushing his way through the entirety of SG-esport. Blows them up, finding more. He just might. KNRD caught. It's going to be a full 5-man wipe as mid one comes back, grabs the triple. Secret in full control now.
Yeah, that is a fight Secret's been waiting to have for about 10 minutes. We missed a little bit of fan shots basically for them as they've been having some harder and harder team fights, but finally they do the safe thing. They go for the Roshan. I mean, it's not often you'll see a team happily engage a full cooldown, full HP lineup under a shrine, but Secret makes it work with their big advantage.
And when you have a mech, a pipe, Warlock ult, Fatal Bonds, you kind of just power your way right through the shrine. So now Secret back to the Roche that you mentioned. They're going to be picking the ages here. MP, the man to grab it. And you got to imagine that high ground siege coming soon, but with the tier 3 now down mid, the way to those shrines has been unlocked, so Secret going to take that lower hanging fruit first.
This is actually the biggest thing holding Secret back, because they have too many productive things to do in a row. It's, oh, well, we'll stomp this team fight, then we'll take Roche. Oh, we could work on shrines, so we got to finish Roche first. Now they're like, well, we could end the, oh no, let's shrines first, guys. Let's play this normally. All of these options and these low-hanging fruits, they're just ready to grab them.
Truly the definition of first world problems here.
Yeah. They'll push out their lanes. There's still a tier 2 tower remaining, and they've got one more shrine to do, and at that point, it's basically just dead map for SG. It's already very difficult for them to grab farm on the map, but Secret's pressure will continue. Diffusal Blade on the way for Jug as well, so no Ghost Scepter solution.
The smoke comes through. Secret actually did get clipped by the Radiant Scan. Very fortuitous. I think they want to spring a trap here, but they're all running right by a Dire Ward, so it might just end up not working out at all. As mid one had the Remnant prepped, already coming in and looking for the openings. Initially will find Cat, dropping the Static Storm. Will manage to catch on MP, but do they have to follow up to kill the Jug? Not quite enough. The Snowball's there, saving the day. El Capitan balls him out. Now they cage him back in, but again, where's the follow-up? Where's the damage here for SG-esport? Tavo against 4, not going to happen. And now onto HFN. MP has the Omni, doesn't need to use it, gets the super long range Samurai Sword Swing. We'll find the kill with the help of mid one, so 3 down. Hardly using ults there, as they didn't have the Golem available. The wall still cooling down, and they will have those big spells coming in the next fight. Actually did drop it on the backside, but yeah, you can see even without the Golem, they're just not afraid to fight.
Their skill usage just remains to be a little bit wasteful. Like even Clockwork going for the hook shot, great hook shot, landed on 3 heroes, cogs them in. But it was basically him trying to save Alchemist, and maybe a very long shot for him to even use the cooldowns. So it won't matter ultimately. He's going to be ready to go when he respawns. But I feel like that's kind of been the story of the game so far, is SG hasn't been putting their skills together in cohesive, strong ganks. Not to mention just the other general laning problems.
Secret not quite ready to breach the base yet. Looks like they may want to shove in these other lanes. Mid one, dealing with top, gets it to the tier 2, then rotates on towards mid. Now picking up a Shiva's guard, so going for a relatively defensive and tanky build here with the Yules, the Shivas, as though he weren't already hard enough to bring down.
It's high mobility, high magic resistance, high armor. The only thing he's really missing is raw HP.
And the Shivas is really nice to have against the Troll, an Alk. Like, even if you do get caught and the Yules is on cooldown, still pretty hard to kill him with that. Yeah,
the anti-attack speed, the anti-mobility, all very useful this game. They are going to spot mid one, actually. This could be a good initiation. The hook, perfect.
Static Storm's there for the follow, but he just Yuleses and tries to survive for now. Now the Snowball comes in. The Rock gets dropped, looking to counterplay this. Mid one there with the chain. Sleight of Fist as well. Continues to work. Remnant forward. Kaboom! They just explode. Secret so far ahead here that it doesn't matter if you catch mid one. He shrugs it off.
Yeah, the brunt of the damage was dodged with the Yule Scepter, but even after that, he just looks invulnerable right now. Flame Guard blocking 1,000 magic damage, plus the like 27 armor he's working with right now. Maybe this build is not as high damage output, but boy, is he survivable.
Yeah, that talent selection is perfect for the state of the game. With, I feel like I have hardly seen Troll hit a hero this entire game.
Yeah.
So you're really not worried about physical damage that much in the end anyway, as they will find another catch here on King RD. The longtime veteran from South America, down he goes. Mid one, just continues the onslaught. And Secret looking for one, probably 2 lanes of racks here with the Golem already getting started, prepping that mid lane. And there's the GG call. SG-esport outmatched, outgunned, and completely outplayed here overall in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, the lanes seem fairly okay for SG here, but they weren't able to deal with the Darkseer. Their roaming duo didn't really feel like they accomplished a whole lot. Maybe they got some good levels, but once they did